Yo, what's good, guys? You know what time it is? Life lessons from college with Josh. God, I hate myself. I was just sitting here, as I do, and I was thinking, what could be useful to the people who watch this video? Probably not many people, but if you are watching, I wanted to give you some advice from my experience in college, and hopefully, if you're in college or you're about to go into college, you can use this advice to your advantage. I know that going into college, there was a bunch that I didn't know, and I really wanted to have the answers. And one thing I think to know is that you just got to have that experience. Like, the experience is the answer. You just got to go through that to learn. If that makes any sense, I don't know. But yeah, without any further ado, let's get into the video. Life lessons from college with Josh. Yeah. This first tip is meant especially for incoming freshmen, or I guess if you're transferring schools. That piece of advice would be, don't be overwhelmed by fear, welcome change. I know from the experiences that I've had in my life when I'm transitioning from one place to another, like coming up to CU Boulder, there's always that amount of uncertainty and fear that is just sitting there in the back of my mind. But with an experience like college, I've found that there's really not a ton to fear. Now, I'm still a dude who gets nervous whenever I have a new class and we gotta do the icebreaker stuff and I gotta introduce myself. But I've found that all these little experiences, whether it be going to a new class or even a new school, they're learning opportunities. And the great thing about college is that there's so many other people around you going through at least a similar experience. There's tons of support in college that's always there for you, whether this be fellow students, your friends, counselors. I guess kind of the big thing is college isn't something that you should be afraid of. It's an opportunity waiting for you. Now, the second piece of advice would be take the opportunity to step outside of your comfort zone. It can be very easy, especially during your high school years, I think, to follow in the footsteps of your peers, kind of their ideas, what they wear, what they do. And I think that college is a great time to challenge this. Conforming to the norm can be nice because there's a lot of comfort in it, but diversity is such a great aspect of life, and if you can diversify your experiences, your social groups, your academic endeavors, I think you can forge a lot of new trails for yourself if you step outside of your comfort zone and consider or do something that you maybe haven't done before. My third piece of advice would be focus on your relationships, and in college specifically, your academic relationships. Right now it's a bit more difficult to go out and create new social connections just because of the world that we currently live in, but ideally within the next year or so we'll have a vaccine and social experiences will be something that will become a little bit more of the norm. A big thing that I've learned in college is that the ability to talk to your professor is an incredibly useful tool that you have. I know that in the past I have been very ignorant, I guess, of that ability to go and talk to my professor. I knew that I could always go to office hours and stuff, but I don't think that I really appreciated it until classes went online and I wasn't able to meet face-to-face with my instructor anymore. The great thing about professors, though, is that so many of them are really invested in the topic that you're learning about and they want to share that interest with you. It can be incredibly fruitful to go into your professor's office hours, to email them outside of class, to schedule a time to talk, because in the end they've gone through a lot of similar experiences to you likely in their college experience, and they probably have some work experience too that you may be interested in as well. Outside of your academic relationships, another beautiful thing about college is there's so many people. At least if you're at a decent sized school, there is likely thousands of other people that are just around your age that are looking to go into the workforce, and they're probably trying to make friends too. So I've just found that being social, nice to people, and looking to make new experiences has just been an incredibly useful and rewarding experience for me. My next piece of advice, and this is something that has taken me a long time to learn, is to not sweat over achieving perfection. I grew up as a perfectionist. I was always the kid that would be disappointed if I didn't get an A+. And this was something that I carried with me initially into college, but I think more recently I've done a better job of managing the amount of effort that I put in with how much the task actually matters. No one's perfect, so there's not really a point in beating yourself up over not being perfect in every area that you want to be. Great thing about being human is you make mistakes, and from those mistakes you learn something, and you probably make more mistakes, and from those mistakes you learn something. And those mistakes act as learning experiences. There's always some sort of use to those many failures that you have in life because they teach you something that previously you did not know. I know that I have created so many mistakes. But in the end, it's cool because you learn from it and you become a better person, you become better at whatever it was that you're doing, and that's how we grow. So yeah, if there were to be a theme from everything that I learned at college, it's chill, you know? Things will be cool. They will. It's important to realize that achieving a perfect 4.0 doesn't mean that you had the perfect college experience, and it doesn't make sense to look up to someone who has better grades than you as being more perfect. In high school, I would definitely spend more time than I needed to stressing about assignments and grades and projects that, in the end, really didn't make a huge difference on my life. And so over the past couple of years in college, I think I've realized that there's an important trade-off between the amount of effort that you put in and the reward that you get from that effort. There's always a way that you can balance the different areas of your life so that you're not pouring your heart and soul into just one area. And my final piece of advice is don't success. Don't success. That's it. Hey, peace. And my final piece of advice is don't confuse success with happiness. Enjoying your life is definitely much more than getting an A on the paper that you're worried about. I think it means meeting those needs that you have, fulfilling your creative desires, building strong relationships with other people, making good memories, and so many other things. Try to find different areas of your life that make you happy and then focus on investing into those areas, because I think that that's more fruitful than worrying about your GPA or whatever it is, maybe like a material object that you think that will make you happy. So yeah, that's my advice for you guys. Hopefully there was something in this video that can be of some use to you. Thanks for watching.